Hello and welcome to GemSkin, my private skin rejuvenation salon in Sunrise Beach. My name is Deborah and this is a 5-minute presentation of me performing microdermabrasion. Let's get started. Microdermabrasion sounds like a big word, but let's break it down. Micro means superficial, dermis means the skin, and abrasion in this context is an intense exfoliation. I am simply removing the superficial layer of dry, dead skin cells to improve the skin's overall texture and quality. Once we have ascertained your skin's type and any concerns you'd like to improve, we can decide on the regime of treatments needed to achieve the desired result. Treatments are cumulative, so your new, healthier skin will keep getting better or at least retain its rejuvenation. After a thorough cleansing and any extractions required, we move on to a peel or mask if appropriate before commencing the lymphatic drainage and microdermabrasion. By this stage, I can read your skin's response to its hardiness or any sensitivities that allows me to tailor the microdermabrasion level needed. For more detailed information, navigate this website and call me if you have any queries. And now, the video speaks for itself.
Deb, what have you just applied?
Well, we've just thoroughly cleansed the skin and then I've done a few extractions. I just found a few little things there, otherwise it's all pretty good. And then I've now applied a peel. And the peel is going to do a form of exfoliation. It's going to lift off the glue in between the cells and loosen up and prepare it for microdermabrasion. So it's like a double whammy effect in terms of exfoliation. So now I'm going to commence the microdermabrasion, but I always start off first with the lymphatic drainage. So the crystals are not coming through and doing the microdermabrasion at the moment. What we're doing is lymphatic drainage, and that basically is bringing the blood to the surface and with it all the toxins. We've just finished the lymphatic drainage component, and now we're going to do the actual microdermabrasion. So I turn the crystals on now, and these are a very fine crystal. This is a superficial treatment we're talking about. It's the surface of the epidermis, not deep into the epidermis. That means this client can walk out with fresh skin, no downtime, no pain, nothing other than fresh skin. Does that feel alright? You're
good.
Comfortable with that?
Good.
Good. So we'll do the whole process of removing the dead skin. And then after I've completed that, we'll then remove all the crystals along with the dead skin. And if I happen to come across pigmentation patches, a few little scars, I do a little sort of erasing type scenario. For example, if I see a pigment patch, I'll just sort of go over it like an eraser, and it gives it that extra bit of exfoliation that in turn lightens the pigment patches. And of course, microdermabrasion is a system that's not a sort of a once only type of thing, it's accumulative. If you do your microdermabrasion regularly, monthly, preferably, then the results will be accumulative. So we finished the microdermabrasion, the application of the crystals, which has done its job. It's removed all the dead skin cells. And now we're going to go back to the suction component, which is going to vacuum up the crystals and the dead skin all in one, which is very hygienic and it's lovely. It just gets swept away. Does that feel alright? Yeah, it does feel a bit dry and a bit weird until I get all of it off. But as you can see, the skin is not pink, it's not red, it's not angry. The client's skin has responded really well. It's just a lot smoother and clean, very clean. So we've finished all the microdermabrasion side of things, and now we're going to go into LED. And what is LED? LED is light emitting diode. It's a frequency of light that actually penetrates into the deeper levels of the epidermis. Brilliant for encouraging more production of elastin and collagen, because it's working at a deeper level. And I'm going to be using today a certain light called, there's a few different types of lights, as you can see. You've got blue, green, red, and a stronger red, an ultra red, and I'm going to use that. And that's going to deal with the stimulation, as I mentioned, of elastin and collagen production, sun damage, acne, scars, fine lines and wrinkles, but generally rejuvenation at a deeper level under the skin. You might be familiar with it in terms of chiropractors. They use this particular light when somebody has pain in their muscles, and it relieves the pain. You can't feel anything, but it's definitely a frequency that goes that much deeper. Wonderful. What you find afterwards is it's probably just shows a sort of a silkier, smooth appearance of the skin, but it's actually doing a lot of good at deeper levels, as I mentioned. So we've now finished the LED, and we're on to the final sections of this whole treatment. And now, with all this beautifully new, fresh skin and all the dead skin cells removed, we now have a sponge before us that's going to suck in this serum like water to a sponge. So let's get this on. This is a regenerating serum for mature skins. It's kind of like food. So I'm going to put this all over the skin like that. And we will then follow the serum with a hydrating mask, because that also is going to get absorbed right in. And what I like to say to my clients, once we've got this serum on and the mask on, they're going to leave this on tonight. They're not going to go home and wash their face, if they can remember that. Will you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Good. And then during the evening, throughout the night, the serum and the mask will continue to be absorbed into this fresh skin. And this fresh skin is now quite vulnerable in a way, so it's very important to... What do you think it's very important to do?
Keep out of the sun.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And we use blockout.
Mm.
So I'm just pressing this mask in now. It's quite a beautiful mask. It's very hydrating. Smells nice. Feels a lot more comfortable too, doesn't it? With the hydration going on. Next step, bit of eye cream. Very important. The skin around your eyes is very thin. It's quite fragile, and so eye creams are designed exactly for that type of skin around the eye, and it's quite important to keep it moisturised. Sometimes our moisturising creams are too heavy for the eye area, which is why you have actual eye creams that are designed especially for that thin skin around there. And of course, when you keep the eye level moisturised, you're less likely to develop those deep lines that stubbornly won't go away or iron out. The last step, sunscreen, very important. These skin cells now are very vulnerable. In the next 3 days, the client will moisturise more, not just her morning and evening regime, but even during the day. If she can put on a bit more moisturiser, because it's just going to keep soaking in. And on some skins, microdermabrasion can actually make it a bit drier for 3 days because we've actually exfoliated it quite intensely. Then we really do need a sunblock or sunscreen on it. And the sunscreens, like this particular one, has a built-in moisturiser, antioxidants and vitamin C. So you're getting a lot more than just your sunscreen. It's actually a physical block, this particular one, which is good. Why? Because it literally blocks the sun right at that surface level of the skin. Other sunscreens are more chemical orientated. They're the ones that actually penetrate the skin and do the blocking and protection within the skin. This is a physical block on the surface. And you know, it feels quite nice. It's not a sort of a sticky one, because a lot of people don't like their sticky ones, and some of them won't even apply it because they don't like the feeling of a lot of SPFs. So choose yourself a good one that preferably has a built-in moisturiser, some antioxidants and a bit of vitamin C, and you're good to go. How does that feel?
Excellent, thank you.
Wow, very good.